Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I want to shout out to my first 500 subscribers. Thank you so much for your support and warm messages to me. I promise I won't let you down. By saying that, today I'm gonna walk you through the process of making a basic YouTube thumbnail, from choosing the right font all the way to exporting it with the proper dimensions for YouTube. Let's get to the video. A standard clickable thumbnail is designed to be easily recognized even viewed at a very small size, like on your phone. So it should contain an emotionally expressive face or a clear object as the main character. Contrast: bright subjects come with dark backgrounds or vice versa to make the image pop in a crowded feed. Minimal text, maximum 3 words. The text should complement your video title without simply repeating it. And finally, clear spacing. Remember to leave your right bottom of your thumbnail empty without any text or important details, because YouTube always overlays the video duration badge there. So we already have these keys as our starting point. Let's start creating the thumbnail canvas in Pixelmator Pro. Go to File, New. Since YouTube officially supports 4K resolution for thumbnails, let's set the resolution like so. 3840 pixel for the width and 2160 for the height. These are the recommended YouTube thumbnail dimensions. Then press Create. Now we have our blank canvas ready. Let's throw the elements together. I have this photo of me exported from a frame from Final Cut Pro. You can do that by go to the File, Share, Save Current Frame. Export it into a JPEG or a PNG file. Then open it with Pixelmator Pro. You can also export the current frame straight to a Pixelmator Pro file by doing this. Go to Share, Save Current Frame. You'll see a pop-out window. You can change the name over here and go to Settings, Action, open it in Pixelmator Pro. Let's switch to PNG format for the best quality. Press Next, then choose where to save your picture, and then Pixelmator Pro will open automatically. Remember, this works for both the lifetime and the subscription version. And normally, we will have the same frame ratio for YouTube thumbnail if you export from the Final Cut Pro. Now I will turn this layer off so we can create a background first. There's a one simple effective way for your background is to fill it with color. You can use the color fill tool for a single color fill, shortcut for N, choose a color and click to fill the background. Or the gradient tool. Press G to bring out the gradient tool panel. We can pick some color combinations in this panel. And over here we have 3 gradient styles: linear, radial, and angle. Let's pick the radial and drag on our canvas to set the fill color. Normally, keeping a consistent color for your YouTube thumbnail could be your brand color, and it helps people recognize it easier and faster. Now let's bring in our main image and logos. We will quickly remove the background for this image. You can learn how to remove the background seamlessly in this video in the description or in this link over here. Our character needs to stand out a little bit, so we press A on the keyboard to bring out the adjustment tool. Let's bring down the texture a bit for a better skin look and increase the clarity for a more vibrant result. Then go to the curves panel and slightly bring up the contrast and clarity to make the image clearer. Now let's create a glowing effect with Gaussian blur trick to immediately draw focus on the main subject. Duplicate your subject layer with Command J, choose the layer underneath, then press S to bring out the style tool and fill this layer with the glow color. Let's choose bright pink. Then go to Effect, Add Effect, Blur, Gaussian blur. Adjust the spreading with the radius and change the layer blend mode to linear dodge. Now we have some soft glow behind your subject. I will slightly scale up the glowing layer so we will have a clearer effect. You can also turn this effect into a surrounding shadow effect. Instead of filling it with bright color, choose a darker one and set the blend mode to multiply and lower the opacity until you find it perfect. Now you get a shadow effect. You can decide which one fits your style better. Now let's talk about the text. We would want minimal text with 3 words maximum, so choose it wisely. You press T for the type tool. Click on the canvas and type your title. Maybe secret trick or best settings or stop doing this. Remember that people look at thumbnails for maybe 1 second. So don't write a whole paragraph, right? Now let's talk about fonts. Here are the 5 fonts I personally think work really well for YouTube thumbnails based on their thick, clean, and easy to read even on small screens. Now, what I normally do to make the text pop out instantly is to add stroke, shadow, and fill it with bright color. And think about the opposite colors. Colors opposite each other on the color wheel naturally grab attention. For example, blue background can come along with yellow or bright orange text. Purple background, yellow or green text. Dark background, of course, bright text. And bright background goes better with darker text. This creates stronger contrast and helps viewers read your text immediately. Let's add a shadow effect to the logo as well. Doing this to every element makes your thumbnail less flat and more interesting. We can adjust things around until we find what's best. You'll have to make sure your thumbnail works in every size because sometimes YouTube just shrinks it down like because if people cannot read it, they probably won't click it. Well, do you know that you can preview your thumbnail before you're uploading it? And it's free! It's my present for you, my beloved viewers. You can use a website called thumbsup.tv to test how thumbnails and titles look at any size. I'll put the website in the link in the description below. We can screenshot the thumbnail and upload it there and check, can you still read the text? Can you still recognize the face? Or does the subject stand out? Once you're happy with everything, press Command E, choose PNG for the best image quality. Then choose custom size and make sure it's still the same ratio that we set in the beginning with the image size lower than 50 megabytes. Then export and you're done. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave in a comment and I would love to answer all of that. Like and subscribe for more Pixelmator Pro tutorials every week. I'm Sammy and I'll see you in the next one.